Welcome to Humanities 1301. If you found this video, you must have found the Start Here tab, and you are in the right place to get this class started. My name is Jim Archer, and I'll be your professor this semester. I do want to walk through the syllabus with you and kind of give you a heads up on some things you need to be looking at. I also want to just kind of introduce myself. You'll be seeing me in some videos throughout the semester and hearing from me in your grades, and also back and forth through email. So I want to get to know you a little bit and you to get to know me a little bit. I am a dad of 3 children. I've got a 14-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And my wife, we've been married for 18 years. I'm from a little farming community, and I realized very quickly I had an allergy to manual labor, and I had to get off the cotton farm as soon as I could, and so I found academics. I've been at South Plains College for 10 years. Oh, this is actually 11th year now. And I'm a psychology faculty, lifespan growth and development. I teach that as well. And then this class, I picked this up about 2 or 3 years ago, this humanities course. And the humanities is an interesting class to take. What qualifies me to teach it, you might ask? Well, I have a degree in English. I also have been a professional, semi-professional musician for years and years, and have enjoyed that, and also have a background in writing and enjoyed doing those things as well. Also have some interest in religion. I'm a licensed minister and have traveled a lot, so I've gotten to see lots of different cultures and religions and the way they look in different countries and different places. And so I feel like that's kind of what I have to bring to the table. With that said, I love this class because I feel like every semester I learn from this class right along with you. So what are the humanities? The humanities are all the things that separate you from your dog, all right? Your dog, you're not going to find him outside playing the guitar, reading scripture and doing a mural with sidewalk chalk. Now, if he is, we have a fine arts program that I'd love to tell you about, but more than likely you're not. These are all the things that make us human, really, and a lot of the works that we're interested in. And so it's a fun class. It just kind of touches on all those topics. It's a lot of variety in this class and a lot of chances to explore some new things if you haven't explored them much. So my office is at the Lubbock Center. This is a brand new campus in Lubbock, and man, I'm just really grateful to be here. It's a really nice place if you haven't been here, and so I'm here in the Lubbock campus. I do have some office hours listed on my syllabus. Now, you and I probably won't meet face to face. You're welcome to look at those office hours if you're in the Lubbock area and come to those, but you're also welcome to email me, and we can talk through email as much as we need to. And then if we ever needed to have a phone conversation, we could do that as well. I do generally respond pretty quickly to my email, though, and that email is listed there. I will generally respond to that more quickly than I would a voice message. So please consider my email probably the fastest way to contact me. The textbook, let's talk about that. The textbook is crucial for this course. You heard me say it. I know as a student, a lot of times I waited until I heard my professor say that they needed the textbook. You have to have this textbook to survive this class. I had this case this summer where students would not get the textbook, and almost every one of those failed the course. I need you to understand, to pass this course, you have to have an access code. It's called a Revel access code. The book is The Art of Being Human. That's the Humanities as a Technique for Living by Gennaro and Altshuler. I've listed the ISBN number there on the syllabus if you need that. And basically all you have to do to get that book is go to my Blackboard page. You obviously found Blackboard. If you'll look at the Revel Textbook and Quizzes tab, click on that, open Revel. It will give you an opportunity to buy the book getting in the code. That code will buy you an ebook and give you access to all the quizzes. If you can't do that right now, it will give you a free trial, and you'll need to purchase the book by the time that trial runs out. You will need that access code. So if you're using a previous edition and you don't have that access code, we are no longer able to do that. You have to use that access code. This will get you really familiar with using learning platforms and prepare you for future classes down the road. If you have any problems whatsoever, I've included some kind of get started information on that under the Revel Textbook and Quizzes tab online, so you are welcome to look at that as well. But you will need that. Your first due date is September the 10th, and you'll have to have it even for that, even to take the quizzes that are due that day. You'll have to have it. So please get that textbook as soon as you can. My grading policy, I do this on a point system in this course. That means that everything is worth points. You're going to be doing Revel quizzes. Now, Revel is new to me as far as using their quizzes. I've used their books and the ebook a while, but I'm using their quizzes this time. So I will figure out an efficient way throughout the semester to get those points into the grade book for you to see. That may be every few weeks that I pull those over. You might want to kind of keep track of your points on the quizzes and just know to add those to the point total in Blackboard until you see me pull them over. But basically it works on this 600 to 699 is a D, 700 to 799 is a C, 800 to 899 is a B, and 900 to 1000 is an A. You will need to get, for instance, if you want an 822 would be a B, right? You'll have about 10 discussion posts and participation exercises. We'll look at those in a minute. You'll have about 15 total quizzes. They're worth 20 points each for a total of 300 points. You'll have a major project that's worth 250 points. It's a big point grab. And then you'll have a final exam, and that'll post up later in the semester. As far as attendance in this course, you need to log in and complete an assignment at least every few days. Okay, so that's your attendance in this course. If you go for 2 weeks without completing an assignment, then I may be forced to drop you from the course. So if you haven't chimed in 2 weeks, you haven't done a discussion board, you haven't emailed me, anything like that, then that's considered attendance in an online class. So you can read my attendance policy. Discussion posts, you'll go to the discussion board tab on the left side of your screen, click discussion board, and I have some due dates there for you. You'll see that the first one of those is due on the 10th, and that's simply an introduction. And then second one of those is also due on the 10th, and that's a chapter 1 discussion board. The reason those are both due at the same time is I'm giving you time to get the book. Okay, so you've got a couple of weeks to get the book, so you can do those. Anyway, those discussion posts, you need to make an original posting, and then you also, for the most part, there may be 1 or 2 there that don't require a classmate response. But for the most part, you're going to need to respond to your classmates as well. So you'll see that. Those responses aren't just agreeing with your classmate, it's typically offering some information maybe from the text about that. So if you want to read through the syllabus to kind of see what I'm looking for with those, but don't just agree, maybe talk about a vocabulary word from the text or an idea or a term or something that helps us as a class kind of grow. Participation exercises, right now there's only one of those listed. There may only be one, but basically this is an opportunity for you to get some bonus points. Many times I had a student just this summer that said, "Hey, Mr. Archer, I need some extra credit. I'm 5 points short." I went back and looked, and I offer this extra credit art exercise for everyone in the course. She chose not to do that, and I said, "You didn't choose to do the extra credit. It was offered to everybody in the course." So I don't offer anything to one student that every student doesn't have ability to get to. So if you want extra credit, that art participation exercise is your extra credit for this course. Very simple. It's very simple to do, very simple to complete, and you can get started on it as soon as you see it posted in the discussion board and find it on our due dates. Speaking of due dates, all of the due dates are listed under the course schedule. One of the biggest tips I have for you in this course, you need to print that course schedule. General rule is every Sunday night you'll owe me some work. There'll be a due date. Those due dates are generally right before midnight. With that said, at the very end of the semester, you will see, in order to get you some extra points, some extra quizzes, there are a Wednesday due date, I believe, and a couple of other little quizzes. You need to look at that and make sure you plan accordingly. You'll see the project listed there. You'll see all of our due dates for the course. The Revel quizzes, again, you'll have to use the Revel code, go through Blackboard. You don't have to go through Revel separately. You go through Blackboard, click on the Revel textbook and quizzes, and you'll just go open Revel, go take the quiz. Those are about 10 questions each. You only get one chance at them, so make sure you are reading before and taking care of those to get those easy points. Your project, the information about that is listed under your project page. You're going to see an example from another student. You're also going to see lots of different options that you have. That's going to be later in the semester. I'll talk about it some more, but you might go ahead and look at it and just start getting your feet wet a little bit with that. The final exam will be multiple choice, 50 to 75 questions, depending on which ones I decide to include, and you'll get more information about that toward the end of the course as well. I generally grade on Fridays, and so I will communicate back and forth with you between then, but most of my grading happens Friday mornings. And so if you do a discussion board on Sunday night and you're looking Monday morning for a grade, you probably won't see that graded until Friday. That's when most of my office hours are built in. I teach face-to-face and online, and generally Fridays, the Friday after you turn it in on Sunday night, then it'll be a week before you see me start putting grades in for that. So just didn't want to alarm you. Regarding late work, I do not accept any late work whatsoever. You have 60 students in your section. I am not able to go back and open it up for one person. Just don't have time for that. It's not fair to other students. And again, if you need extra credit because you missed something, go do that art exercise and get those extra points. But I do not open up anything after the due date unless it was my fault, unless there's an issue online, and please email me about those, because I am a human being and have at one time or the other maybe have clicked the wrong button, and it takes thousands of correct button clicks to make an online class work. A couple of other things. You need to be using your South Plains College email that's linked into Blackboard. That's the way I'll be sending you announcements and contacting you if there's an issue with a grade or an assignment. Please check your email daily. Check your announcements at least weekly on the Blackboard page. Please check those announcements. I'll be communicating primarily through those announcements and through email, so you need to stay on top of those. You'll also see under the announcements, it says announcements and videos for a lot of the chapters, not all of them, but for a lot of them, I've done kind of an introduction to that chapter, and a lot of times I'll answer a lot of the quiz questions in those introductions. So if you watch those, it might help you with your quizzes. As far as academic integrity, please, I understand that sometimes, I'm an online student as well, that you look at other people's posts before you make your comments. Please make sure you're making original comments and you're not actually stealing someone else's ideas, okay? So make sure if you're going to look at other people's discussion posts that you make it your ideas and you just kind of use that as a platform. It's very easy to see when you've taken someone else's ideas online because they're all there right beside yours. This is an online course. You are responsible to be able to run the technology necessary for that. This means you need to get online early. You need to check out all the technology you have. You need to get friends to help you if you can't do that. I am not an IT person, and so what you'll find is I will try to be supportive and help you. With that said, I can't answer a lot of those questions about your operating system. So I've listed some accessibility statements for you that might be helpful for you. You can Google some of the answers, I'm sure, about some of your technology issues, but that is your job. Remember, my due dates are at midnight. If you choose to work on something at 11:30 and your technology is not working, that is your issue, not mine. Again, I've been an online student, and what I learned very quickly is you need to do things early just in case those normal technological difficulties come up. So make sure you do that. Online etiquette, this is just like a real classroom. You're going to treat people like human beings. An ADA statement and accommodations, you'll see that on about page 8. And we're coming out of the course information sheet. This is all past the Common Core syllabus, so we're looking at basically pages 3 through 9. But that ADA statement basically says that I'll do anything I can to help you as long as you've gotten some information from our Disability Services Office to me. I've also provided accessibility links to all of the technology we'll be using, or the majority of it that I know of. So if there's an issue with Revel, you can go to that Revel link on your syllabus and you can click that, or you can paste the URL into the browser and you can follow that and look at what type of accessibility that you have at your fingertips. The final thing I want to do is I do want to thank you for being in this course. I know that it takes lots of hours away from people you love way more than me. I hope this course is a valuable thing, and most of all, I hope that you find some of these chapters kind of reinvigorating to you. I hope that maybe you find the artist that maybe has been lost for a long time. I just remember just the idea of all my children when they were little bitty, they loved to color and draw, and the older they get, the less they do those things, and it kind of makes me sad. I feel like all of us, there's an artist inside of us, there's a musician inside of us, there are all these things inside of us that this class can kind of stir, and I hope that it will do that for you. Please know I'm here to serve you, so please email me. Let me know if I can help you. I would love to do anything I can to help this be a successful experience for you. So hopefully you'll get online, you'll kind of play around with the website, and you'll get familiar with Blackboard. If there's any questions that you have, please feel free to email me. Have a great semester.